record this right now then. I'm going to admit Ellen Johnson. And I really am just delighted to be here today. I'm really glad that Tracy Bradshaw, who is a Let's Play Music teacher, invited me because we love to share with piano teachers what we do, just because we feel like we're kind of in a symbiotic relationship with private piano teachers. And I hope that by the end of this presentation, you'll say, yes, we are symbiotic. We should work together. We fit together. What I do fits with what you do. And I think we're just great. We can be great partners. So let me go ahead and screen share, and I'm gonna see if I can, actually still see the participants. Okay, I do have a participants box up there. So this might work if I can slide this control bar down. There we go. Thanks for bearing with me here. I'm going to hope that this works. Can you still see my face? Great, okay. Then first of all, like I said, becoming partners in what we do is really what we hope is the outcome of this meeting. We want to let you know how we utilize what's called the music learning window. We want to share some of our tools and the resources that we've developed for music education. We want to discuss how we create complete musicians, and then we want to talk about a smooth transition when we say we want to partner with you. Our kids graduate and they're looking for private piano teachers. So we like that transition to be smooth. And when you know what we do, it can be a much smoother transition. So let's talk about each of our 3 curricula. Like you said, we have our Sound Beginnings curricula, which is for ages 0 to 4. Our Let's Play Music curricula is really our flagship curricula. That's the one that's been around for 22 years. I started that when I was 30 years old. I had 3 children, and they needed a different way to learn music. And then the Let's Play Music Presto is the one that's for ages 7 to 12. And that one's only been around for 2 years. So I want to talk about the complete musician. And really, beyond being just a pianist, a musician has skills that people recognize as being talented, right? I'm just going to check my participants because it looks like we might have one more. Yep. Okay. I'm going to keep trying to think about checking the participants if you guys want to remind me. Okay, they can feel beat and meter. They can hear when a note is played wrong. They can, let's see, I've covered up my script now. Okay, a complete musician can hear music in their head, including more than one note at a time. A complete musician can harmonize, accompany himself or herself in a group or in a group. They can move easily between keys. Transposing is not a scary thing or a detriment to a complete musician. And a complete musician truly feels the beauty in music and can create beauty in their playing. Anyone can learn proper technique, but really only a complete musician can feel that beauty and use their technique to create beauty. So these are really the goals of the Let's Play Music programs. These are the things we want to create. And it happens much, much easier when the child is very, very young, much too young to play the piano. So let me introduce some of our foundational philosophers to you. Our curriculum is based on the philosophies and the methods of Zoltan Kodály, Karl Orff, Emil Jacques Dalcroze, and others. But these really are the main philosophers from which we take our curriculum. The folk song is very important to the Kodály method. Can I see by a show of hands, who is familiar with Kodály and his work? Okay, I'm seeing a few hands. Okay, he's Hungarian. All of these are European composers, musicians, and philosophers from the early 20th century. So 1900s through 1950, 60 is when these men were active in music education. And they said, you know, we're teaching music the wrong way. we shouldn't be starting to teach them real music in college. We actually need to start when they're much, much, much younger. So these men based their work on teaching young musicians. So they used the folk song. This was believed to be the mother tongue of musicians and their language. And the singing was brought in to train the ear. And there's a specific methodology using solfege to help train the ear to hear the diatonic scale, to hear pitch relationships, and to train in tune hearing, as well as general musicianship. When we play piano, we don't think of being in tune, because the piano, that's the piano's job. We don't have to play it in tune. If we're not in tune, we fix the piano. But musicianship requires that we hear in tune, and anyone who plays the violin or sings knows that we must be able to hear in tune, and that's a big part of musicality or musicianship. Carl Orff was also in Kodai's philosophy of thinking, but his emphasis was rhythm training and the specific introduction of instruments to the young child. He said the first instrument must be the body, so clapping and patting and stomping and moving the body needs to be the way that we learn rhythm. And by moving the body, we can feel correct rhythm and we can understand instruments. And Carl Orff said after the body, we use simple rhythm instruments like a triangle or a wood block or wood sticks. And then the next instrument to be introduced at around the age 5 would be the barred instruments. And we see those in elementary schools where the bars are removable, so a child can easily play an ostinato or a simple melody with only the bars needed remaining in place. And it really promotes musicality and music literacy, where the child is reading music, but simplifies it a bit. And then Emile Jacques Dalcroze, his school is called Eurythmics, and he was mostly concerned with proper movement that promotes musicianship and rhythm. And he said, you shouldn't play anything until you can move your body musically to that music. So his piano schools that still exist are beautiful. They look more like dancing schools, but the students feel the piece in their feet and their bodies before they are introduced to the score. Again, all of this is musicianship or musicality, and is taught easier when a student is young. So the principal goals of making musicians, not just pianos, are the principles of this. Darn, I've got this thing that's really blocking my oh, you guys are so patient with me. I appreciate it. I'm trying to watch the participants, but the window with the participants is blocking what I need to see. You know what I mean? It's so tricky. So let me try to get this closed so I can see a little better. Okay, thanks for being patient. All right, principles of making musicians. To accomplish the goal of making a complete musician, we use the solfege syllables and hand signs, which is do, re, mi. You've probably seen that. Using the rhythm, using your body and instruments, early classical music exposure and understanding beginning at an early age, and using the full body in all of this. So let me first talk about solfege. Does anyone have a question? You sure can chat or bring anything up whenever you want. I don't want to make you wait, or I can only see 5 of you right now. I can't see everyone. But if anyone has a question, you can raise your hand and I'll see that. Or you can type it in the chat and then someone can just interrupt me and speak. You can certainly say, Shelle, someone has a question. I would love to answer questions. So the solfege system is an ancient method. It was actually developed clear back in the 11th century by a monk named Guido di Arezzo. And he was composing a hymn to St. John the Baptist, and it happened to follow what we now know is the diatonic scale. So it began on do. I was gonna, oh, my keyboard's not plugged in. It began on do, and it went do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. it contained the intervals of whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. And it became famous and people started really enjoying it. And by the 17th century, people had added hand signs to the method and had began using it to teach children music, to teach them these specific intervals of the diatonic scale. Usually in solfege, we're talking about a movable do system where do is your tonic. Do is the key of whatever key you happen to be in. So if you're in the key of E flat, then E flat is your do, and then F would be your re, G would be your mi. So you follow the diatonic scale, but do would be that initial tonic starting pitch. And what solfege does for the ear is it helps them to learn pitch relationships, to aid inner hearing, so a musician can hear what's happening inside the head, which is of course what Beethoven did. And then this is used for, we use this for imitation and patterning to distinguish patterns that occur in any key. So in the key of C, we would hear mi, re, do, but in the key of F, it would sound like mi, re, do. Same pattern, different key. And this system of learning helps for key fluidity. So transposing does become much easier. That flexibility between keys becomes innate and natural because there is this codified system of the diatonic scale already embedded into the student's auditory processing system. Basically means they're talented, but it can be taught. So the ability to hear in tune, harmonize, distinguish tonalities, and hear the pull to the tonic key are what the solfege system does. And then let's talk just a bit about rhythm. Again, rhythm must be felt and performed in the body correctly before it's notated. We've all sat next to a student on the piano and have said, okay, now that you need to hold that for 3 beats, and they hold 1, 2, 3, and they're done. They didn't actually feel any beat in there. They didn't actually feel 1, 2, 3. So we need to feel that steady beat in the body, and then it can happen in the mind, and then the fingers can translate to proper rhythm instruction. And then we tell them how it's notated. Then we say, oh, that happens to be a dotted half note. And they understand at a very basic level what that feels like. First, we still feel a steady beat. Then we imitate a simple rhythm. Then we subdivide that beat. So we're feeling eighth notes. And then we finally introduce rhythmic notation. And they truly understand rhythm at this point. And we do all of this in the first year of Let's Play Music, which is when they're 4 or 5 years old. So it's taught very, very young, and they're already reading rhythm notation by the 2nd semester. The classical music experience is really important for young children. For one thing, they love it. By the time they get to those ages of 10 and 11, they think it's boring and we've lost them and it's tragic. But young children delight in classical music. They delight in the stories that the music can tell. They delight and are more able to hear the different timbres of the different musical instruments. Their ears are literally, because they are learning language, their ears are actually more sensitive to what's happening in the classical music and can hear it more intimately and more accurately than an adult. So classical music is incredibly important. Children can and do quickly pick out motives, repeating themes, dynamics, articulation, the timbre of various instruments, and the feeling that each of these create. So that classical music exposure is an incredible tool to creating a complete musician. And then of course, I've said this several times, beginning at an early age is imperative. Kodai said, music instruction of a child should begin 9 months before the birth of the mother, which is amazing. If you think of that, you know, if you get a new student to your studio and you ask the mother, when did you begin music instruction? Wouldn't that be wonderful, right? But truly, it is now science. He said this back in 1940 or 50. Science has now proven that it's true. It is now proven that babies that are introduced to music in utero actually do come out with more musical aptitude. So the earlier the better. Let's talk just for a minute about full body involvement. Children learn by using their body, by using the whole body, and the experience that they take in by moving their body translates to learning in the brain. So this body motion actually wires the brain to learn concepts. So sitting on a piano bench for a young child is not the best way to learn, which is why I'm sure none of you have 3-year-olds in your piano studios. They are not adept at sitting on a bench, even a 4 or 5. In fact, will you hold up your fingers? Show me the youngest student that you will accept into your studio. When I was teaching privately, it was 8. I didn't take anyone. Okay, we have a 5-year-old. I didn't take anyone. Okay, Deb, you take him at 5. So you're taking them quite young. You probably have a different approach with your 5-year-olds than you do with your 8-year-olds. So moving their bodies, you probably get them up off the bench sometimes and have them walk around or do something so that they are moving. And so I just want to explain what we call the piano playing dilemma. Because the auditory processing system and the centers for receiving language and music are really ripe in a human brain from the ages of 0 to 9. It's the best window to learn music, as it is the best window to learn language. But if we wait until the age of 9 or 8 to start them in music instruction, can you see how many years have been lost? There's so much time where they could have been learning music. Now they can't, it's difficult to learn piano or violin. Now Suzuki and other masters have learned how to get them to play an instrument without using notation or reading or a lot of dexterity early on, because Suzuki and other methods are taking advantage of this music window. But it's a dilemma with piano when they don't really know letters yet. Their fingers are small and weak, and they don't have much of an attention span. It's a shame to lose all of that musical training and put that off until they're really ready to play piano. We want to grab them and teach them music much earlier than that. So our programs take advantage of this early learning window with the appropriate instruction and the appropriate instruments and the appropriate type of learning. So they come out of our studios musicians, or at least with the aptitude to become a musician, because they're only 6 or 7 when they graduate from Let's Play Music. They're not going to be playing concertos at this point, but they have the aptitude, they have the ability, and piano teachers like you are the ones that take them to that level. So that is the introduction to our programs. And let me just make sure that I'm on time. Okay, 25 minutes is what I've taken so far. So I've got about 20 more that I want to talk about more specifically about our programs. This is just some nuts and bolts about our Sound Beginnings program. And if it works, I'm going to try it this one time. I'm going to see if I can show you a quick video. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't, we're just going to try something else. So I'm hoping you can all see this is our website here that you're seeing. And I'm just going to show you a 2-minute, it's actually a 1.5-minute video of what our Sound Beginnings curriculum looks like.
Everybody say hello, say hello. Welcome to Sound Beginnings, where children learn, grow, and connect with their parent through musical play. Everybody clap your hands just like me. Everybody spin.
I'm getting a no from some of you, which means it's too spotty to enjoy. I can understand that. We don't always have a great connection. So
we're only getting the sound. We're not getting the visual.
Not getting the visual, and I'm still on screen share. So
Sound Beginnings provides foundational elements that stimulate growth in areas crucial to the development of the young child. Jump, jump.
All right, well, I guess technology is smarter than me. It's telling me I'm sharing, but if it's not, then we're going to tell the technology that it's not doing its job. So can you see my computer screen here on the website? You can see that. And you can see the video?
We're still seeing your PowerPoint presentation, not the website.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you for telling me that specifically. So it says I'm screen sharing. And it's telling me that whatever's on my screen is what you will share. But let me, you know what? That's why I clicked the wrong thing. Now you're seeing my screen, right? I clicked share PowerPoint always instead of share what's ever on my screen. So I did that wrong. Let's see if this is worth it, guys. I hope it is.
Everybody say hello, say hello. Welcome to Sound Beginnings, where children learn, grow, and connect with their parent through musical play. Everybody clap your hands just like me. Everybody spin around. Sound Beginnings provides foundational elements that stimulate growth in areas crucial to the development of the young child. Jump, jump.
This book is called The Lady with the Alligator Purse.
My mommy be so proud of me. I'm bringing out. It stung me. Daddy's taking us to the zoo tomorrow. Zoo tomorrow. Zoo tomorrow. Daddy's taking us to the zoo tomorrow. We can stay all day. We're going to the zoo. 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 How about you? You. You can come too. We're going to the zoo. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray.
And the rain comes down. The rain is coming, rain is coming, rain comes down. The rain is coming down.
Our student workbook includes pointing pages we use in class to teach steady beats, tracking left to right, and staff awareness. We also prepare students for the Let's Play Music program with early exposure to solfege hand signs.
I'm marching on.
Find a teacher near you and discover the magic of Sound Beginnings.
I love my mommy and my mommy loves me.
So that's just a quick peek at our Sound Beginnings curriculum. And let me go back to my PowerPoint now. And just here's some kind of nuts and bolts about the Sound Beginnings program. Tracy, you teach Sound Beginnings, right? And great. Okay, just to make sure.
We have 3 Sound Beginnings teachers in the Pittsburgh area.
Okay, Tracy and Lillian Hoyt.
And Aaron Snow.
And Snow. Thanks for reminding me that you guys are all right there together. And we do have, it's a foundation for preschool and music. It works all together, prepares students for Let's Play Music and kindergarten, and eventually piano lessons or any music lessons. And we have singing, instruments, nursery rhymes, games, stories, ear training. And then there's just some nuts and bolts there on the left as far as how the classes are structured and how they work. So that is our Sound Beginnings program. And I'm going to now talk about the Let's Play Music program, which, as I said at the beginning, is the flagship curriculum. It's been around the longest. It is a 3-year program. They typically start when they're 4 or 5, sometimes 6 years old. We solve that piano playing dilemma by teaching them to read the staff without learning letters in the beginning. By the 3rd year, we teach them letters. We take advantage of that music window. We use full body. We focus on ear training, theory, and composition. We get pretty serious about theory. We want them to understand triads, key signatures, and transposing so they are fluid between keys by the 3rd year. So they do learn scales and cadences in 5 different keys, and they are literate. They are reading the music and playing what they see, and classes are 45 to 55 minutes by the third year, 6 to 8 students per class, and we're on keyboards every week. So I'm just going to show you a 1-minute video that's will give you a little bit better idea what Let's Play Music looks like.
Do me 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 so so re fa fa la ti ti. Do me 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 so so re fa fa la ti ti. Do me 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 so so re fa fa la ti ti. Do me 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 so so re fa fa la ti ti. Do me 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 so so re fa fa la ti ti.
Okay, I'm going to head back to my PowerPoint now. Whoa, we better shut that window. We're going to get some, sorry about that. Okay, and now I want to move on to the Presto program. When we had people approach us and say, we wish that I wish that my older child would have been able to learn the Let's Play Music method. For 20 years, we said, sorry, you are now in the perfect window for a private piano teacher. Go learn from them. This is the best, if you've got an 8-year-old, you really should just be in private piano lessons. We had so many people say, but we want the group interaction. We want the ear training. We want the composition. We want the theory. We want the classical music study that Let's Play Music offers. So we finally developed a 2-year program, and this is for ages 7 through 12. It is quite accelerated, especially for the older children. We have a leveling strategy that helps older children have more difficult repertoire. But it does have all of the skills of Let's Play Music. It's just faster. And it's for the older child. And there's only 3 to 4 students in class. And we do emphasize proper technique more in the Presto program than in the Let's Play Music program, because the students are older and the piano is used more as an instrument in the Presto program, whereas in Let's Play Music, the piano is the tool that helps them to learn theory and musicality. So it's a slightly different approach because the children are older. And I'm going to show you a 1-minute video on our Presto program.
It's Presto time! Welcome to Presto by Let's Play Music. Presto is a music and piano class for 7 to 12-year-olds. It's a 2-year program that uses voice, ear training, proper piano technique, and so much more to create a dynamic approach to learning the piano and having tons of fun. Presto is unique because the curriculum, it lays a really strong foundation and it creates solid musicians. The kids that attend the classes can be beginners where they've had no piano experience. And we also have kids that have had a little bit of private piano, or maybe they've done some piano lessons and then stopped for a while. And we are able to group those all together in these classes of 3 to 4 kids because they have so much more in each Presto class. There's voice training and there's theory. We have an ear training element. There's music history, and there's so much more packed into each lesson.
Music history is different. It's something that Presto offers that's different than Let's Play Music. The music history portion, we study all 6 eras of music, and what it's proven to do is the kids are able to gain an appreciation for their piano lessons and their piano instrument. And the music history portion, we don't just teach music evolution, because music, art, science, politics, philosophy, they all kind of intertwine and affect each other. And so they learn how all that works. We start with the prehistoric time era and we move all the way to the 20th century over those 4 semesters.
The age group Presto is aimed at, 7 to 12 years, is the age which kids show independent interest and they begin to ask for piano lessons. It's also a great way to value your time as a teacher by doing these small group lessons rather than just doing private lessons one at a time. Presto is a premier program that we've come to expect from Let's Play Music. It has a benefit for music teachers and all piano teachers to use these philosophies and methodologies that are already tested and research-based on a curriculum that's already really well laid out with beautiful and professional materials, and the teacher materials are all laid out and done for you in a really organized, usable way, and the marketing is already done for you. In Presto, we produce strong musicians that are excellent piano students who will be lifelong music learners.
Okay, so that is our Presto program. Any questions? Those are our 3 programs. I just want to talk now for the last 10 minutes on tools that we can offer you as piano teachers and what partnership with us would look like. So we can offer you materials to use in your studio. We've developed a lot of stuff over the years. And we have free stuff and we have stuff you can buy. We can also offer you students to teach. Like we were saying, we have graduates every year that come out as 6 or 7-year-olds and they need private teachers. We can offer website exposure. I'll get to that in a minute. And we can offer you membership, and that has some benefits. So let me talk about each of those. The materials that you can use in your studio, whoops, I skipped. Materials you can use in your studio are best seen on the website. And maybe I'm gonna jump there real quick. Let me go to our website where you can see how to find these things. So I'm just gonna go to our homepage. If you scroll all the way down, this is about our programs, but if you get down to here, this is more our connections program which is our partnership with piano teachers. So we have the Bridge program, which helps you to teach our graduates. We do have products for piano students here. And when you click on any one of these links, it's gonna take you to things that you can purchase or download. So we do have instruments that you can buy, rhythm instruments. This is our best instrument here is our tone bell instrument. It's our Orff instrument that we use with our young beginners to read the staff because it's laid out like a piano. And ours specifically are the only ones that are engraved with the solfege and the letter names. So it's a great instrument. But we also have free downloads. This is our free downloads page. And there are lots of things that you can use as far as this one helps you figure out chords. This is just a theory bingo game. That's for preschool kids. This smart staff is actually amazing. It's grand staff on one side, keyboard on the other. It's sized for Smarties candies. And we build triads with it. We make key signatures. We spell the major scale. We do minor scales. We do all kinds of stuff with our smart staff, and that's a free download. We also have this set of magnets. You have to cut them out and laminate them yourself, but they fit on our magnetic staff board, which is probably one of our favorite tools for piano teachers. I've got a bunch in here. Let me get one. So it's this big. It's 24 by 18, I think, and has a single staff on one side and the grand staff on the other side. And then our set of magnets just works with that. Wow, I'm doing acrobats over here, guys. Are you appreciating the show? So the magnet set goes with that and has the clefs and all those. It's a great teaching tool. And again, these magnetic downloads are free, but you do have to buy the staff board. A fun keyboard family worksheet, note naming games. This is a song and flashcards. They're large flashcards to practice note naming with your students. And then here's just a beginner exercise This is figuring out the chords to Happy Birthday. There's a video that goes with it, and it just helps your students to learn to listen for chords and learn to listen for what is making music in their ears. And then we have a classical music introduction, some tone bell music. So those are our free downloads. So let's go back here to the website, and let me just show you the homeschool and preschool. We have our instrument family posters. We have music and movement items. We have singable storybooks for preschools, and this vinyl floor staff that you saw in some of the videos that helps the kids get up and move. You can just put masking tape on your floor, of course, too, but we do sell that vinyl floor staff. So those are some of the items that you can get for free or purchase with us. And then this bridge is actually fairly new too, but it's a full one-year curriculum to specifically use with our graduates. It's exactly timed with their theory, their composition, their repertoire, and their technique as far as where they are in their key, where they are on the circle of fifths, as far as how many keys they've studied in Let's Play Music. This picks up where they leave off and takes them, you know, through another year. So we do have lots of things you can use there. Here's just a sample from each of the books. The music history portion is really very in-depth. We really do study those periods and study the music of the time, study the history and culture of the time. It's a very well-rounded and robust music curriculum. Here's just an example. You probably can't see that Surprise Symphony very well, but we do have a lot of classical pieces transcribed for early piano, so the children can hear the full symphony in their heads as they play their piano part. There's theory, rhythm activities, lots of stuff in those books. I just want to show you one thing, because the accompaniment tracks that go along with our bridge, we think are one of the most exciting things, because playing scales and cadences can be drudgery. I never thought they were. I loved playing scales and cadences, but a lot of the kids don't want to play their scales, you know, 10 and 20 and 50 times, like they really do need to get mastery. So we've created very exciting tracks to go with the scales. And I just want to play for you one of those examples of a child playing with a very rich harmonic experience, but all it is the C major scale.
Link up to this video, and then he gets to watch a YouTube video.
Oh, darn. Can you hear all the chords that are in there?
That bridge helps me remember what I learned.
So I just wanted you to hear that real quick. So you could see there's lots of different keys on there, and every key has a totally different style. I'm gonna see if I can play this E minor for you. So every key is this new experience, and it's fun to play your scales and cadences with this awesome bridge download track. So just want to let you know about that, because it's kind of cool. Okay, and then I already showed you the free download, so I'm going to skip that. I showed you the products to purchase. I'm going to skip that. I showed you the website. So the next thing is students to teach. I've already talked about this, but Let's Play Music students have 3 years of group music instruction. They're 6 or 7, sometimes 8 when they graduate from Let's Play Music. They are prime. They're so ready for a private piano teacher. because they have a general introduction to piano, they have a general introduction to repertoire, but they're ready for a teacher to sit right next to them and show them how to play everything exactly right. And we love when our graduates go to a teacher who can speak the Let's Play Music language and really can connect with that student. Presto graduates have 2 years of music instruction and they are older, so their technique is more refined. But all of the students have focused on ear training, theory, composition, and more. And every year we have about 2,000 graduates across the country. So in the Pittsburgh area with, you have 3 sound beginnings teachers, but don't you have 5 Let's Play Music teachers?
Sadly, we're down to 2. We've had up to 5, but they've moved away. So now it's just me and Lillian.
Just you and Lillian. Okay. So you probably only have maybe 20 to 30 graduates per year.
Yeah, some years.
Still a lot.
Yeah.
So these musicians in the making are looking for great piano teachers. And, we hope they find you because now you know where they came from. And we do have a review book. Every graduate has this book called the Connections Student Review Book. And this book comes with a teacher guide supplement. And the student already has this. They've purchased it. They come to their new teacher with this book. It's an 8-week review. And it's just meant to bridge the gap, just to translate to your method books, the way you like to teach in your studio. But it uses their lingo. It uses the words and the phrases that they're used to so that it's an immediate connection with your new student. And again, this is no cost to you at all. The student already has it. They bring it. It's 8 weeks. You figure out your student in that amount of time, and then you decide where they belong in your method books. What we found in the early years before we had this Connections review book is teachers would get this 6-year-old and try to see what they knew already. And there were just a lot of gaps in the communication. And there were a lot of misunderstandings in how they needed to be approached. So it just really helps to have this 8-week guide for your student to show you what they can do and for you to adequately place them. So anyone that you did take from Lillian's or Tracy's studio would come with this book and with that teacher guide supplement. You can buy one for your own studio if you want. It's $8 and it's on our website, but you don't have to. Your student has their own. And then I mentioned the bridge curriculum, it's that 1-year curriculum. That is a major thing. It's quite a commitment. But if you wanted to teach that 1-year curriculum in your studio, you could do so by downloading a product that's $299 that has 30 lesson plans, all the repertoire, all the visual aids, everything you would possibly need to teach for an entire year. Website exposure. So you can appear on our website. Your name can be under Pennsylvania. When graduates from Tracy or Lillian's studio come to the website to look for a teacher, they would find your name here if you choose to become connected with us. And in order to do that, you would have to attend a meeting, which you just did. And then you would need to submit a quick video of yourself introducing you and your methods, about a 5-minute video. You send it to our connections committee, and then they would, we would need a background check, and then we would put you on our website. So if you are interested in that, then those are the steps. You can fill out a form, get to know us. You already did that because you're here. Pleased to meet you as you make a video, and then join the family is the last step. You can also join our Connections membership, and that automatically gets you the student book and the CD, and it gets you a quarterly newsletter that has free repertoire and worksheets and mini lessons and theory approaches. It has things every issue. And so your options to connect with us are, you can be fully connected by paying $35 and get the whole package, the book, the CD, the newsletter, everything. You're listed on our website. You get to teach our graduates. If you're not interested in that much connection, you can just purchase the package from us and get the newsletter and get all of our materials. But you wouldn't be listed on our website unless you gave us that video. Or if you don't want to be connected at all, no problem. We would still love for you to enjoy the products that are on our website, and we would still love for you to teach our graduates. So those are the options for you that we would love for you to take advantage of and connect with us. And that is the point where I'm going to ask if there's any questions and put us all back together. Deb, did you have a question, or are you fixing your hair? I'm going to go into participates and I'm going to unmute everyone. How's that?
Okay. I was wondering, what are you guys doing with the COVID? Are you still having classes?
That's a great question. When COVID hit in March, about 95% of our teachers went to the Zoom platform. So kids were at home learning from us, and we had to do a lot of adjusting, as I'm sure you are. When we started back up in the fall, 90% of our teachers went back to some sort of live instruction, even though it was modified. Smaller classes, less touching, more sanitizing. That's kind of how we've dealt with it.
So
Tracy?
I am teaching my Let's Play Music classes live. And it's so funny watching those videos, because everything I see, I'm like, oh, they're touching, oh, they're sharing things, you know, like the mindset has just been adjusted now, where we do spread out more, and parents attend periodically, and on those parent weeks, I make sure that we spread out more. I actually move my keyboards out into my larger room so that we can spread out. But then my Sound Beginnings classes, the little ones, I am doing only online right now. That just worked best in my life. But I did want to say to everybody that I would love very much to have if any of you are interested in coming and seeing what a class is like in person, I would love to have you come. This year I have first-year classes, 2 first-year classes, and a third-year class, and I'm teaching that bridge program. So I have those are different levels, but I would love to have you come and see what it's like, because I just love this program so much. I think it's a wonderful way to start children in music, and I love to spread the word. And I'm also looking forward to connecting with some of you. If you ever have any questions, please reach out to me. I would love to chat with you more, or like I said, have you come observe a class. So please let me know.
Can I just quickly add to Tracy's comment? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt anyone.
That's okay, go ahead.
I'm Lillian, Miss Lillian. I also teach Sound Beginnings, Let's Play Music, and Bridge. And I've been here for 5-6 years, and hoping all this time that Let's Play Music would get bigger out here in the Pittsburgh area. Hoping, trying everything I can to spread the word. So I'm really glad that you guys are here and that Shelle was able to do this meeting with you. It's such an amazing program. I've actually done it with my own children. So, and same with Tracy, I am teaching kind of a hybrid program. So I have some families who are uncomfortable with coming in person. So I always have an online option, but some really, really want that in-person connection. So I have several who come in person, and I've modified it to make it as safe as I can. I live in Mount Lebanon, so I have one of those tiny Mount Lebanon houses with small rooms, so they understand that I'm doing my best to keep it safe, but I can't quite keep the 6 feet distance, but some of them are just really craving that personal interactions. So, and just like Tracy, if her schedule doesn't fit, you're welcome to join virtually or in person with one of mine. We also have Erin Snow here, who is a wonderful Sound Beginnings teacher. I took my kids to her. So yes, thank you all so much for joining this. And I'm sorry I interrupted you, Raylene.
That's okay. I just wanted to say that when my children were young, they were involved in a program similar to this. Yeah. And it was fabulous. They had so much fun, you know, just dancing and singing and playing instruments and everything. So I really think that later on, when I started teaching them piano, I really think that benefited them. So I just wanted to kind of confirm what you were saying, you know, and your program and the way that it fosters that musicianship at a very early age. So it's really, really important. really important work. And I'm glad you shared today. I think that's wonderful.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, I watch, I know Tracy and Lillian and Aaron. We watch their videos when they become certified. We're very stringent on our vetting system when they become a teacher. And then once they become a teacher, for 3 years, we watch videos of them teaching, and we have a mentoring process, and we're really, really careful about who we allow to become teachers. And so I can highly recommend all three, because I know the process they've been through to become and become certified in our program. And I've actually been in Lillian's class before, in your home studio.
Great. Anybody else have any questions or comments?
I'm sorry, I just have one more comment. Just because it's something I feel really passionate about. My youngest daughter is 5. She just started Red Balloon, so she just started Let's Play Music. And the comment about 9 months before the birth of the mother, I can say for sure she has been involved in this music class. I'm teaching while I'm pregnant. So from day one, she has been absorbing all of this, being exposed to all this. No work on my side, just fun, having her go to classes, having her participate. And I can just tell she's much farther ahead than my other students. Rhythm wise, she just feels rhythm. She can feel it correctly. She can sing in tune. All those elements of showing me that the music is inside of her. That's all what I always teach my families. I'm putting the music inside of your student at a young age. No pressure, no sitting on a piano bench, nothing boring, fun, happy enjoyment. And I can just, I'm very passionate about it because I've seen it in her, and I've seen it in my other children who have been exposed from day one. You can never start too early. So that's why I love the Sound Beginnings programs. I even tell my moms who have, newborns, bring them along. They'll benefit from it too. And I know that there are several wonderful other music studios that teach other children's programs. So all of it is good. I highly recommend starting them from day one.
I had a question for you. So you go Sound Beginnings and then Let's Play Music and then Presto. So after the Sound Beginnings, are you feeling like they're ready to go into private music lessons, or are you saying they should go into your Let's Play Music?
After Sound Beginnings, they are ready to go into Let's Play Music, but they don't have to do anything after that. If they just want that preschool music exposure, that's great. If you're looking for them to play piano, then yes, they should go into Let's Play Music. But Presto doesn't actually come after Let's Play Music. Presto is for those who missed taking Let's Play Music when they were 4 to 6. Presto is the same curriculum as Let's Play Music, but for an older student. So after Let's Play Music and after Presto, they need a private piano teacher.
Okay.
Thanks for asking. Do you want me to wrap up, or does someone else want to?
Does anybody else have any other questions or comments? All right. Well, we are just pleased that you were able to come and present for us today. It was a really wonderful experience. And now I know what Tracy's been talking about when she says, would you like to take some of my students? So now I have a better understanding of where they're coming from, and I know what the need is from this point on. I think that bridge program is a really great idea, because then you know what that student has been involved with, and makes it a lot easier to make that transition to a private studio. So yeah, so you really thought this out. This is very well done, and your website is wonderful, and I've had a chance to look at it too, when I got the information. So we just really are appreciative of you coming and sharing today. So, and thank you, Tracy and Lillian, for being here too. And if we don't have any more questions or anything else that we need to address today, I guess we will call it a day. So again, thank you so much, and I hope we'll see you all again for our next meeting. We won't have anything again until January. We usually take November and December off for meetings just because of the holidays. We are always on the 4th Wednesday of every month, and that falls around Thanksgiving, falls around Christmas and break time. So we'll be back in January, and we will be having some programs set up for the first of the year. So just love to have you all join us. Okay, so thank you so much. And again, we appreciate you, Shelley, for coming and sharing. And anytime you want to do that again, we'd love to have you.
Great.
So,
I can do
yeah, if you start another program, let us know, and we'll, work you in there.
Thank you.
So, all right. Thank you so much, everybody.
all.
We will see you next time.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Thank you.